Hello everyone, and we are back for round numero 2 of the round robin. This time we're seeing coordinated chaos against abundant adrenaline. Obviously you saw abundant adrenaline in the last... I haven't set those teams correctly, haven't I? No, it is not coordinated chaos. It is deserted draw, if I get that fixed on up right there. Deserted draw against abundant adrenaline. Obviously, coordinated chaos. You saw that. You saw them last time, so that means it's not a rematch. But we do get to see abundant adrenaline again. We do get to see some returning. We do get to see probably some more Clash Blaster as well. But the new faces to the tournament. We got Anchor, Captain Ash, Jed, and Photon Jet. Got obviously Anchor. Ironic for their name, sticking with Octobrushes and Splattershot Juniors. You know, I find that very, very ironic for their name. But I'm curious to see. Maybe they lied about their weapons, and maybe they actually are Anchor. That would make me annoyed. But what doesn't make me annoyed is starting off game number 1. Here we go. MakoMart Splat Zones. Let's see what the two teams bring out here on the side of Deserted Jaw. We did see that heavy edit come out as well as the Splattershot Junior, Hero Shot, and the N-Parry Julies. And then on the side of Abundant Adrenaline, you got that Plain Shot, Clash Blaster, Tri-Stringer, and Splattershot Junior there as well. Seeing a lot of Splattershot Junior today, which is very interesting. People just like to bring out that big bubbler as Deserted Draw. Use that over in the center of the zone to just maintain that, take back the lead, and keep up the aggression. But Abundant Adrenaline quickly takes it on back, giving them the lead back right there. And then 2 players down on the side of Deserted Draw. Captain Ash here, just looking for a way to break on in. They do have the triple splashdown at the ready. They just need to find a good place to use it. Can they make something happen? Peter goes down, but are they going to find more splats? Sees Kyodai, but Kyodai takes them out before they have anything to stop them from happening. Do see the super chumps there get popped on out. Can help Abundant Adrenaline push up further into Deserted's Draw's base. They keep on the aggression, keep the momentum on going, and keep their countdown from ticking down. A big bubbler goes popped onto zone. Great positioning from there. I've never... Wow, the triple egg strike, triple splashdown, and it fully pretty much covers that zone there. Captain Ash getting 1 splat on the Julies, getting 2 splats on the Julies, saving them from getting knocked out there, but giving Abundant Adrenaline a 70-point penalty. That's going to be a behemoth to clear when they want to get a return push going. But Peter gets taken out by the Trizuka. Kyodai as well used the Splat Bomb to their advantage. Zone keeps on ticking down in the Draw's favor. They've got a long way to go if they want to get the lead. Tacticooler gets popped on out, very ahead of the plays. 2 plays down on Abundant Adrenaline, but they're still maintaining the hold on to the zone. Jed just providing constant aggression, constant pressure, and just being an all-out menace with that heavy edit Splatling, just being able to constantly dish out so much turf onto their opponents and just being so up in their faces. Kyodai with the Clash Blaster does take on out Captain Ash and takes on out Photon Jet with the Trizuka. Sees Anchor on the flank. Are they going to be able to take them out though? However, yes, they are. But another player is there. Are they going to be able to do that as well? They do have the range disadvantage there, so Captain Ash might take them out. A trade between the 2 players as Mara goes there to maybe try and assist that. The mess has already been cleaned up. Jed on the edit, looking to get splats, looking to defend. Peter goes down to them. Can more happen, though? They're going to have to do something to maybe take care of that penalty. So they're going to need to be really aggressive. They're going to be super defensive as well. Two tasks that can be difficult to achieve at the same time. You can see the Super Chumps go straight onto the zone, sending it on into neutral. And with the little bit of assist from Paint and the bombs, that is also going to be a cap over to the Abundant Adrenaline. Jed getting that split onto Peter again. Just being able to do more. I thought they were taking out a player. No, that was taking out the big bubbler, I'm going to assume. Tactical are out. The ready gets popped on for them to make advantage on Captain Ash, getting right up to Andrea's faces, but they decide to jump on back to their spawn. They have nearly got the triple splashdown at the ready, and they're looking to flank with it. They're popping up. They're making havoc. The splashdown needs to get popped up. There it goes. But Mara just safe on in that corner, managing to avoid almost certain death. And now by counter pushing, by flanking, definitely a way to do that. But the count is still going down on the deserted draw. But the Try-Zuka is going to take out players. Heavy Edit still managing to keep the zone to neutral. But they managed to cap it and get the Super Chumps to try and get that advancement even further. Only a few seconds left onto the clock. Deserted Draw is going to have to do something. You have to do something now, but without taking too many members down in the process. Zone goes into neutral, goes into their favor. Can they hold it for another 40 ticks for them to take back the lead? 2 players down on the side of Abundant Adrenaline. Certainly going to give them that advantage over holding it. They're halfway down through the ticks they needed to get through. They do have that Try-Zukas at the ready. Is Peter going to be able to make anything happen there? They are. The zone goes to neutral and gets capped. Just in the nick of time. And Abundant Adrenaline saving them with only a few points left on the clock. And that will be there. First game continuing on, if I can find my mouse, the streak of their wins. And now they'll be moving on to Scorch, Gorge on Rainmaker. I'm too used to being in the commentating booth and saying, yeah, now we move on to Scorch, Gorge, Rainmaker. What do you think of this insert commentator name here? So, but the other commentator is just me, myself, and I have a whole desk to myself here. But certainly a very good first game out here to see. And I'm glad to see these two teams are already fighting neck and neck. I do have chat. We do. Okay. We got my second, third, fourth, all the way up to 29 other commentators here. I'm normally I would ask my other Rainmaker, chat. Can you be the commentator? You tell me what you think these teams would do with Scorch, Gorge, Rainmaker. The self-baton pass. I will just power myself up. Give me that 25% extra damage, right? Although, the sad thing about trying to talk with you as commentators, and why this will never work in live commentary, is because you guys are delayed. I can't do commentating with 30-second delay. I'm sorry. It's not going to be able to happen on this, in this scenario. Scorch is a very snowbally map. I think whichever team can push faster is going to take it home. So it's all going to be all about the aggression, is what I'm hearing. And aggression is certainly the name of the game when you bring in Rainmaker and Clan Blitz. But Rainmaker is what we're going to be seeing first. Scorch Gorge is where the scene is set. And game 2 is where we are at. Let's see what's happening here. And going to see pretty much a return comp, but going to see an Octobrush is going to go and get switched on out for the Splattershot Jr. on the side of Deserted Draw. And then Abundant Adrenaline going to come back with the exact same thing we saw over in the game number 1. Anchor sees Peter, takes them on out. And are they going to be able to take out any more members? No. Andreas is going to take them out instead. And now we're going to see Andreas taking out another member. Photon Jet gets taken out as they get just a very slight lead onto the board. But now they want to push that even further. But just not being able to touch the ground won't give them any points there. And now Captain Ash, can they do the damage? They can not, but the Zipcaster can do the final itty bitty spider, and that lead is going to go and get switched over by a hair's margin to Deserted Draw. Now, Jed, they want to keep up their push. They want to get more points on the board. And Anchor is going to try and climb up the checkpoint and just manage to clear it after their third attempt at attempting to do so. Just fighting off the ink, fighting off the damage. And they're going to get a few more points on the board as well, getting all the way down to 58 points there, which is an all-right position to be in. Not the safest position, because once you get past that first checkpoint, it can be very, very snowbally. And with 3 players down on the side of Deserted Draw, that might be the end of something. But a great use of the triple splashdown, just pushing away members of Abundant Adrenaline. They still clear the checkpoint, however. And are they going to get any more points? No, they get shut down right up in their tracks by a Trizuka to the face. And now Photon Jet going to pick up that Rainmaker, make sure that Abundant Adrenaline can't even touch them. It's Kyoto over there in the corner. They do trying to just bomb them on out, but they go and jump themselves on out. It's Photon Jet maybe looking at trying to take the great route. They do get that splat onto Andreas, but are they going to be able to get anything else happening here? They do manage to climb through the grates, gets a few more points on the board with them already being so weak. Mara just does the final blows to take them on home. That will be the end of that push, getting them all the way down to 49 points. They're going to keep on they want to get the second game into their favor. But with Jed standing guard there, that's not going to have much happen. But Peter takes them out instead, leaving 2 members left alive on each side, getting the field very neutral at the moment as Desert Draw looking to pop that Rainmaker, get that splat, get that turf. They see the jump over in the distance, but they get taken on out by Peter's Trizuka as Abundant Adrenaline looks to take back the lead into their favor. But 3 players going down on the side of Abundant Adrenaline will not be the play for them to take the lead as the Rainmaker goes back into the favor of Deserted Draw. Zipcast is going to come out from the side of Anchor. They're looking at going for the flank, looking at getting some damage, but Peter is there to stop them and make sure no form of push is happening with that Zipcaster. Also stopping Ash on the flank, nearly taking out the Octobrush there, but they're not going to be able to deliver. Anchor managing to swim themselves to safety, giving themselves a few extra seconds to live, but they get taken out right there by the Rainmaker. Ooh, nearly getting the super splashdown, but they get stopped. And with 30 seconds left onto the clock, Abundant Adrenaline looking at making a push, and they're looking at making it happen quick. Quill with the Octobrush, maybe looking at stopping the Rainmaker. Rainmaker does get stopped. And now 20 seconds left on the clock. All Deserted Draw needs to do is hold that Rainmaker. They don't need to pop it. They don't need to touch it. But what they are going to do is going to pick it up. They're going to swim it on back. And hopefully no one is going to go on further. They're just going to keep on pushing up, making sure that none of Abundant Adrenaline can even touch it. And a wipeout is going to certainly solidify that into gold as they take home game number 2. And once again, Send the score. One apiece. This is what you want to see. These are all-stars. They know how to play. They know how to counterplay. And we go to the fist bump there. Gonna make sure we capture that in all of its 4K glory, or 1080p. Glory, close enough. But these games, they're so close, man. It's very hard to regularly see so many close games happen consecutively. But that's what you can kind of get for IDTGA. Like, excuse me for tooting my own horn, but you know, we see not team to team, but player to player, which is kind of it's as good as seeding as you can get around here. So if you want close matches, sign up. Next IDTGA will be in April, so stay tuned for that when that decides to roll on in. You can check, make sure you're tuned in for the latest announcements for that by going to the Off the Dial Discord, otd.inc/discord, or just search Off the Dial Discord on Google, or search Off the Dial on Discord. That also works. It's very easy to find us if you want to find us. If you don't want to find us, then it's going to be hard to find us. That's the plain truth. Very close game. I said before, the most aggro team takes those, and we did see that. A lot of aggression coming out there. Heavy at it. Very smart move, not only giving cooler, but already being a Sputling, making it much faster compared to the opposing backline. Yeah, Sputlings can be quite good at just being able to quickly relocate and set up their position around the map and just deal a lot of damage, and especially with the heavy edit, a lot of turf in such a short frame of time. Silverstar, I am absolutely running thermal. Gives follow-up and information. The double whammy. But here comes the triple whammy. Game number 3. Score set 1 apiece. What changes can we see from the comms here? Abundant adrenalines. Gonna try for the Kraken cheese again. Andrea switching over for the 96 gal deco. Captain Ash. Oh no, they're sticking to what they had before. In fact, that's almost an entire comp maintains. But also on the side of Abundant Adrenalines, they're gonna bring out the T-Tech, which we haven't seen from them yet. But an early first splat from Captain Ash onto Photon Jet. The Kyodai is gonna take them on back. There comes the Kraken. But is there any clams to make it a Kraken cheese? Because the sandwich, it's just not complete without it. And Mara looking at getting that first push going very early on into the game, getting all the way down to 74. But with no more clams, oh, we get a few more clams all the way down to 65. Can they get a few more in spare? 62. Kyodai on the flank. Are they going to be able to get them in though? Jed sees them. They get 1, they get 2, they get 3 on in, getting them down to a score of 53 points. A great first push from what they want to see. With 3 minutes and 50 seconds left on their clock, they've still got a lot of time to make some more pushes and a lot of time to make something else happen. Mara. Here with the splatter shot, Junior pops out the big bubbler, but Anchor on the flank takes them on out with their own weapon as well. Splatter shot, Junior, but there comes the Kraken. Not in an offensive move though, in a very much of a defensive position, making sure that no members are there to be able to score any form of clams. But oh, there's Captain Ash being very sneaky there with 6 clams. They are ready. They are looking for a move to make. 2 clams gets jumped on over. Triple splashdown gets taken on out. But was that the play? It makes them very visible because they are stuck up there for a bit longer, and that will be no power clam going on into the basket. And Now deserted, abundant adrenaline. They're looking at maybe getting some more points to their name. Kyodai looking at pushing it forward, but going through 4 members painting solely actual life is not going to be the play. Anchor though, oh, so very close, but just not close enough from the basket of being broken. Because the best offense is the defense. As they get all the way down to 29 points. The Clash Blaster, the only one left alive. But Deserted Draw, they're right there with the follow-up. But can they follow it up with more clams to their name? Peter taking out Anchor with 6 clams over there. Jed wants to try and push forward. They just do not have the paint to do so as Peter takes them on out. And with so many points to their name, abundant adrenaline, 15 points in the piggy bank. And with 3 specials ready in their pocket, they're going to look at getting that lead even further. They clear out most of the penalty though, and make that all the penalty. Andrea is going to jump on in, but just not close enough to be able to score that power clam in. A minute left on the clock as the basket closes, giving another penalty clam to Deserted Draw. Captain Ash on the flank again. Are they going to be able to have something happen? All the members climbing up that rank, but all the members also in defense. It's going to be a real scrappy corridor over there as Captain Ash picks up, throws the clam to try and get a bit further, making sure they're not going to get spotted in the process, but gets taken out. Anyway, Anchor also looking at getting that push going, but they get taken on out. They are just lining themselves up one by one into Abundant Adrenaline Slaughterhouse with only 15 seconds left on the clock. They do have a power clam in reserve, so we will be seeing overtime. But are they going to be able to get from 80 all the way down to 25 in just 20 seconds? It's going to be a tough margin for them to do so, but it is going to get on popped. Are they going to be able to follow it up with enough clams? They don't have any clams in their reserve, and no one is around the basket to pop them in. Photojet trying to get closer, but they're not going to get close enough, and not with any clams to be able to put into the basket, ending the game there, giving Abundant Adrenaline game number 3 of the set. Just being able to get that massive push just halfway through the game was really what allowed Abundant Adrenaline to solidify their game, that game there, and just really do some damage there. And they just were able to constantly lock out the members of Deserted Draw from even just not just being around, but just not letting them from having any clams, period. Like in that final push that they were trying to get in overtime, there was just no clams for them to push it, even when they broke the basket earlier in the game, got them down to 80. There was no clams for them. So Abundant Adrenaline really good at maintaining the clam economy there. Great job on them. So I just have a little bit of water there. Just maintain the throat. Make sure our lungs aren't completely dying. Trust me, they'll be dead by the end of the stream. I can guarantee you on that one. But, Manta Maria Tower Control. One of my personal favorites. So, of course, that's why I'm going to go and put it on into the tournament. Because it's my tournament. I get to choose what I do. That's the rules, buddy. Oh, I'm thinking here, and it's hard. I'm just what would be good picks for these two teams to choose on here? Because there's a lot that can happen. We could really very likely to see Anchor bring out that rush again. There is so many ledges for them to make work on. Kyoto obviously going to bring out the Clash Blaster. But for the rest, well, I've got the answer for you right now. As we're going into game number 4 of the set. Let's see what they bring on out. And gonna see, ooh, the crack on roller is gonna come out from the side of Captain Ash. Gonna give them, obviously, that Kraken. They're gonna see the Splattershot Pro come out on the side of Abundant Adrenaline. Switching them out for their Tri-Stringer backline. Going to go for a bit more of the aggressive style push on ahead and leave your warriors behind. Kraken dancing over the tower, but with no one there, that's not going to have anything happen to it. Anchor going on the flank. Are they going to be able to keep the push on going? They've got the big bubbler on the tower. Going to easily allow a few more jumps to come in safely. Peter pushed up on into a corner, and Deserted Jaw gonna absolutely capitalize on that, making sure that nothing is gonna happen on that flank as they get stopped right there as the tower now looking at clearing the second checkpoint of the match. Photon Jet just inking it out, trying to find members, trying to get splats, and then just looking at maybe just finding ways to just being a little bit disruptive. Just stop the members of Abundant Adrenaline from doing what they've been doing for this set and just constantly, you know, just giving them a bit more. But Captain Ash with the crack on, are they going to be able to do any damage there? They're going to push up quite hard into Abundant Adrenaline's base, and now looking at doing some more damage with the roller. They're going to get taken out themselves, as well as Anchor from Andreas on the tower, as Abundant Adrenaline looks at making their counter push on pushing. As they get through checkpoint 1, they're looking at edging off the lead just ever so slightly. And now trying to get through. That is going to be the lead. The Tri-Strikes is certainly going to help them get those few extra points on to the leaderboard. 2 down a piece as Captain Ash comes out on the flank. Gets 1, but they cannot get the second as Peter takes them home. Ooh, the double Zuka coming out from Photon Jet, taking out 2 members, sending them back on out of here. And now Deserted Jaw, they want to take back the lead of the tower. They want to get up to game number 5, but Abundant Adrenaline isn't going to let that happen out not so easily, as they are just keeping up the aggression, keeping up the momentum, and maintaining their lead of 40. Zuka's certainly going to help that, and Mara distracted with those Zukas over the side, leaving a perfect opportunity for Jed to just take them on out. But are they... Oh, they were so close to that beer bomb, but just barely hanging on to their life there. Jed pops out the Tacticula, sees the people riding the tower, but are they going to be able to do anything out? I don't know if they are. A minute 15 left on the clock. Kyodai goes down to Jed's heavy editing as a big bubbler gets popped onto the tower by Mara there. And another splat going down by Jed, taking out Peter. And now, with a minute left on the clock, Deserted Draw making one of their last pushes if they can get the splats, if they can connect their shots. But with 3 players down, Only one player left alive on the whole map. Andreas, the lone survivor here on Manta Maria, as 2 members are taken out. And now 30 seconds left on the clock. It's getting ever so slightly to the 0-0 for overtime to commence. Captain Ash looking to find a way to break through. Looking for a way to get splats, and they're going to try and keep the tower on going. They're going to hop on, getting a few more points, but they need to get all the way down to 40. And with them being the only ones left alive, well, was the only one left alive, that will be the end of that push. And the end of this set. Abundant Adrenaline going once again 3-1. And they are putting themselves in a very great position, almost, I'd say at this point, guaranteeing them a spot in the finals. But before we get up to the finals, we do have a one more round of the round robin. So make sure you don't go anywhere, because that will, it'll start. It'll start soon. I can't tell you how soon, but it will be starting. It'll be starting. Just give me a second. I'm typing in text. I can't talk and type at the same time. I can only talk and type if I'm talking what I'm typing. If that makes sense. It is a mental toll for me to do this. So if you shall excuse me, I am pushing buttons, and that is. Am I an old man for saying that? I feel like I might be an old man for saying that, but I'm not old. Trust me, I might be older than you, but I'm not that old. We'll be back soon.